Good evening. Welcome to Professional Teaching Standards. Good evening. Welcome to Professional Teaching Standards. After this presentation, you will be able to understand the difference between NTASC and SPA standards, how associating with a professional organization can assist in your individual growth as an educator, and understand the value of SPA standards. NTASC model teaching standards were adopted in April of 2011. Now, these teaching standards are the measurement and guide for which all teachers are measured. These standards allow educators to exemplify their level of competency while simultaneously creating an atmosphere for curiosity, creativity, and learning. Now, in 2009, the SPA, or Schools Performance Analysis, was adopted. And under SPA is where the Tennessee Science Teachers Association falls. Falling in line with NTASC and SPA, the Teachers Association aims to cultivate an atmosphere that promotes scientific research and creativity. Under NTASC, there lies the core value of classroom diversity. Diversity goes far beyond a student's nationality or race, but it also encompasses the various ways in which a child can learn. And as educators, we know that no two children learn the same way. It's the teacher's responsibility to ensure that they are cultivating an atmosphere that is conducive to all learners. SPA standards uphold the same values as they push for educators to cultivate an atmosphere that encourages creativity and scientific research. By educators doing this, it allows for all scientific ideas to be expressed. And why exactly does classroom diversity matter in the first place? Well, Ken Henson, in Making the Most of NTASC Standards, advises of the importance of communication and collaboration in the classroom. A teacher must use various types of communication, such as verbal, nonverbal, various types of media outlets to reach the different type of learners that you may have in the classroom. NTASC also discusses the educational setting and how that can influence the students. As an educator, you can cultivate an atmosphere of learning and curiosity, or you can cultivate an atmosphere where your students become intellectually stagnant. And as educators, we definitely don't want the latter. Both NTASC and SPA encourages educators to make a safe space for learning. The educational setting can influence the way educators impart knowledge, display skills, and exemplify educational values. And Kenny Henson's Making the Most of NTASC Standards, in reference to assessments, he says that research shows that when correctly used, formative assessments can be a key factor in raising student achievement. And educational settings and why they matter. The educational setting can influence the way educators impart knowledge, display skills, and exemplify the values in education. NTASC also sets the benchmark for professional collaboration. It's important for educators to engage students in a way that incorporates interdisciplinary themes like English and math, specifically in the subject area of science. In science, you utilize your English skills when you're reading research papers or when you're doing research on your own. Science oftentimes includes both math and English. Educators can provide an effective forum that will allow collaboration to take place within the classroom setting. And data-driven decision-making. Let's talk about the data behind everything. Without assessments, there is no way to measure whether or not an educator has successfully taught the standard or standards at hand. Ken Hansen advises that assessments have the power to double the rate of student learning, and educators are responsible for the dissemination and measurement of scientific knowledge. As educators, we have an obligation to be lifelong learners, consistently engaging their students in new standards. Not only do educators continue to expand their knowledge in their core subject areas, but also in interdisciplinary subjects as well. Educators continue to utilize the knowledge that they are gaining to tackle local and global issues. So continuous learning is very important to educators. In conclusion, both the NTASC and SPA standards are the baselines in which educators can measure their skills, values, and educational standards. NTASC and SPA standards aim to promote diversity within the learning environment and continued education. Both NTASC and SPA standards continue to promote data-driven results within the education system and leave room for both educators and students to build upon this. Without these standards in place, educators may be left without formal guidance.